Devon Larratt vs Denis Cyplenkov. We waited close to a decade for that match. When it finally happened in 2018, there was no more questions. Who was stronger, Devon or Denis? But one question rose up. Why did they pull with the left hand? This is Coach Ray from Voice of Arm Wrestling, and in this video we'll find out why did this match happen on the left hand. Please like the video right now, share it with your community, and subscribe to the channel, as it will give 23% boost to your pronation power. Stay strong and love arm wrestling. Devon Larratt vs Denis Cyplenkov video now has close to 8 million views. It was the biggest moment in arm wrestling history at that time. East and West clashed to find out who is better. It was decisive victory of Denis Cyplenkov. And comment section under the video asked a lot of questions. But one thing that was just repeating over and over again: why left hand? Why didn't they pull with right hand? To get answer to this question, we need to go way back. It all started on December 13, 2010, when Devon met Travis Bagent in Arm Wars Super Match. The match ended in draw, 3-3. That was the part the TV audience saw. But there was off-camera 7th round to decide the tiebreaker, as always in Arm Wars. If the end result is 3-3, there's always an extra round. Devon won that round, making him the #1 arm wrestler on the planet and top left hand from North America. After this match, Travis reclaimed his #1 spot by winning Devon at UAL Backyard Brawl on February 15 of 2011. But after that, Travis Bagent lost his left hand #1 ranking in the world to Andrey Pushkar at Nemirov World Cup in an open class. So, in 2012, they offered Devon to pull against Andrey Pushkar, as Devon was the guy who could beat Travis Bagent, and in many fans' eyes he was the best contender for overall title from North America. In a match that turned out to be one of the biggest upsets in arm wrestling history, they were scheduled to pull in PAL 6-round super match for the belt of PAL overall champion and #1 left-hand arm wrestler on the planet. At that time, Devon had huge issues with his right hand, and he said at that point his left was much stronger and much better than his right arm. He took the match, but in his own words, right hand is reliable, if it feels good, it's good. Left hand, on the other hand, have good and bad days. I felt my left was stronger than right, but even I didn't believe I could beat Pushkar. But he did beat him. In amazing display of arm wrestling technique, Devon Larratt beats Andrey Pushkar 5-1 in one of the most memorable matches in arm wrestling history. Devon gets the belt as a PAL world champion on left hand and gets ranked #1 left hand on the planet. And this is where we leave it. Devon had no other pole matches after that, up until the point of 2018. He lost to Travis Bagent again in 2014 World Arm Wrestling League Atlantic City qualifier, losing the overall title, but not the belt of PAL. At the end of 2017, WL was not looking good. It was going through some major changes, going from tournament system to super match based one. Devon had a surgery on his left hand at the end of 2017 and started to have talks with Paul in the start of 2018 about potential match with Denis Cyplenkov. Right then, WL was trying to extend contract with Devon, and as WL was moving from tournament arm wrestling system to mostly right hand super match system, Devon had it written down in a contract. If he has opportunity to pull Denis Cyplenkov, it doesn't matter, right or left hand, WL wouldn't get in the way. Devon told me, and it was general knowledge, that Devon wanted to pull Denis for a big part of the decade. With different promotions, different organizers, big money, no money, but somehow it all fell off. So it was one of his biggest arm wrestling wishes to get a match with arguably best heavyweight in the history of the sport. Since he beat Andrey in 2012 and did a 42 match, he was still holding PL World Champion belt and the title. So PL wanted to make huge match with Denis Cyplenkov and give him opportunity to unify the right and left hand belts. Denis was supposed to pull Devon Larratt with left hand and Andrey Pushkar with the right hand. Andrey Pushkar was ranked number 1 right hand on the planet at that time, and Denis was coming off from a small retirement. Devon told PL that his left hand wasn't as good as it was when he pulled Andrey in 2012. The surgery that he needed to have about a year prior could be the cause of that, but in his own words, it didn't matter. Denis was way too strong anyway. I don't believe if I ever was as strong to beat Denis's left hand. For me, right hand would have been better, but left was okay. I was still very excited to finally have the match that I wanted. I would have taken that match anytime with any hand. Sadly, on his way to event, Andrey Pushkar, Oleg Zhok and Oleg's father got into the lethal accident. Oleg was the only survivor. On that day we lost one of the best heavyweights of all time, Andrey Pushkar. At that point many fans were asking to give the right hand match to Devon, but out of respect, competitors and organizers agreed that right hand match will not happen, as it was scheduled to be between Andrey and Denis. So that's pretty much the story, why the match was made to be on the left hand. I hope in future we will see Devon and Denis pulling on right hand as well, because that would be one for the ages.